Hi, I'm Montana, and you're watching Inside Car on Fox Sports Net.
Thanks, Jim. I look kind of crazy with the headphones on. These are used for very special individuals, like the safety team, and you have time to sit down with them and know that they are very special individuals.
Yes, I did, Chris, and these guys are unbelievable. They work all week long at their jobs, saving people's lives. They're firemen, they're EMTs, and then for fun, they go to the racetrack and save people's lives again. Just a really neat group of guys. I'm standing in turn 2 at the famous Milwaukee Mile, where just minutes ago, Christian Fittipaldi had a terrible accident. We're told that Christian is going to be okay, and the kart safety team is still working on the wall to prepare it for the rest of practice. But let's take a closer look at the kart safety team and how they respond to such an emergency.
My first responsibility is to get my team there safely, but yet quickly. As I come into an incident like this on a 1-mile oval, there's numerous amounts of debris everywhere. So getting the truck in safely is also important too. We'll look at an overview of the scene as we drive in. We'll look for a safe way to come in, and we'll place the truck in a blocking position. This does a couple of things for us. We'll cover the race car, which protects the race car driver while the other cars are still out. It sets up a block so that my men can work on the race car safely, and it sets up a booster line, fire line, in case we need it at the scene. Next thing I look at is making sure we have no fire going. We're looking for heat waves coming off the pavement, to make sure that we don't jeopardize ourselves and step into a situation that would harm us before we could even help our driver. At that point in time, we immediately head into the driver and look for an airway situation, make sure we have good airway on the driver.
As pull up to the scene, I'm going right to the driver. We're looking to secure an airway, open the driver's airway, get his visor popped so that we can see what any expressions on his face or anything, and we're also looking for any major injuries that are life-threatening, bleeding, for instance. After we establish an airway, we're going to remove the helmet and start preparing the driver for extrication. That involves removing the helmet. It seems like a real easy thing. You see the drivers do it all the time, but when they're down in the car, it kind of takes some double-jointed movements to get underneath there and get the helmet off. In this case, I cut the strap, and we were able to get the helmet off then. Then we need to get the steering wheel off. We need to remove the head pad. That was removed. And then what we do is we apply an extricator, which is something that we specifically use with the safety team that works real well with the kart cars, and it fits inside the kart cars. Wraps around the driver, and then we're able to lift him out and onto a longboard.
It takes at least 6 people to extricate a driver. Most of us firefighter paramedics, so we all mesh pretty good and we all help each other out. We all know from where we work and our backgrounds about our C-spine and airway control, so I was able to jump in and help him and Lon when Lon was cutting off the helmet strap, able to take over C-spine control until we slipped the extricator and has immobilized into the backboard.
When I arrived, my concern, of course, is for the driver, and we have excellent paramedic help on our safe team, so I knew that everything had been done appropriately when I got there. And so all I did was assist in the extrication process and made sure that we maintained cervical spine control and used our extricator appropriately and got the driver out of the car safely so as not to compound any injuries that might already there. And I have to decide, do we need the helicopter? Are we going to send him by ambulance? Do we go to our medical unit first, or do we go straight to the trauma center? Because Christian was coming to and he had no other apparent injuries, we took him to our medical unit and examined him there. And by that time, he was really coming around and had completely regained consciousness, so I felt very comfortable that there was no immediate life-threatening injury. It felt safe to send him by ambulance to the hospital for precautionary CAT scan and x-rays of his neck. Had it been more severe than that, I would have called the helicopter actually to the scene, landed it on the racetrack, and we would have gone directly from the car to the helicopter so as to minimize transfer and directly to the trauma center. That would be in the case that we had something that required immediate surgery or something that we would not be able to do on the racetrack or here to save his life.